A 5-second penalty, which he has to serve at his pit stop, and that is moving before the light.
Ferrari just cost Lewis Hamilton 3 championship points at Silverstone. And here is the thing that makes it worse. Hamilton was in second place. He was comfortable. The race was under control. Then Ferrari called him into the pits under the safety car with 4 laps to go. George Russell stayed out. And when the race ended without a restart, Hamilton walked away third instead of second. 3 points gone. He said it himself after the race. "I didn't know I would lose a position because of it. If I had known, I wouldn't have pitted." That is not a driver venting. That is a driver telling you his own team made a decision without telling him the full picture. And what makes it genuinely painful is that this is not the first time. It is not the second time. By my count, Ferrari have now made at least 5 race-costing strategic errors in 2026 alone, and we are only 9 races in. Let me walk you through every single one of them, because when you line them up together, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Race 1, Australia. Hamilton and Leclerc are leading the race. A virtual safety car comes out on lap 11. Every team in the paddock knows this is the window cheapest pit stop of the race. Track position protected. Hamilton is on the radio telling Ferrari to pit. His exact words, "At least one of us should have boxed." Ferrari said no. They gambled on a second VSC. It never came in the right window. Hamilton and Leclerc fell backwards. They finished 3rd and 4th when they could have been fighting for the win. Race 6, Monaco. This one is painful. Ferrari were on course for a 1-2 in the most prestigious race on the calendar. Then a safety car came out with Leclerc running comfortably in effective second place ahead of Hamilton on corrected time. Ferrari decided to pit both drivers, double stack. They needed to clear Hamilton's penalty, so Leclerc waited in the pit lane behind his teammate. He lost the track position he had earned. He came back out in an impossible situation, struggled with brake issues all weekend, and then crashed out. The strategy admitted by Ferrari's own deputy team principal to have not been 100% optimized for Leclerc. That is diplomatic language for, "We threw away a podium." Race 7, Austria. Hamilton wanted to run a 3-stop strategy. He had won in Barcelona on 3 stops. He knew the tires. He asked for it in the strategy meeting. Ferrari told him, no 2 stops, 3 stops is 4 seconds slower. He ran the 2-stop. He finished 5th, 26 seconds behind George Russell. After the race, he said, "For some reason, we just lacked pace." For some reason. The reason was the strategy call he had already told them was wrong. Race 9, Silverstone. You already know this one. Second place, comfortable, safety car, pitted, race ended, 3rd. 3 points that could prove decisive. Now let me tell you what happens every single time one of these errors occurs. Fred Vasseur comes to the microphone. He is calm, he is measured. He talks about gambles and crystal balls and decisions made in the moment with incomplete information. At Australia, it was. We thought there would be another VSC. At Monaco, it was. It was not 100% optimized, but it was right for the team. At Austria, it was. We targeted the optimum. At Silverstone, it was. I didn't have my crystal ball, unfortunately. I want to be clear about something. Vasseur is a smart man. He has been in motorsport his entire career. He built Sauber into a competitive team. He knows exactly what he is doing when he gives those answers. That calm composure is not him being relaxed about the mistakes. That calm composure is a man who has been trained to never say the thing out loud, because the thing out loud would be, yes, we made an error and it cost our driver points. Compare that to what happened at Red Bull in 2023. Adrian Newey, Christian Horner, and the entire Red Bull hierarchy sat in front of Max Verstappen and gave him a direct apology after a strategic call went wrong in a championship context, not a press conference answer, a private meeting, an acknowledgement, and a commitment to do better. Verstappen has talked about it publicly. He said it made a difference because it showed the team took responsibility rather than explaining away the mistake. Hamilton has never received that from Ferrari. Not after Australia, not after Monaco, Not after Austria, not after Silverstone. He gets the calm press conference answer, and then the season continues. Here is what this actually means for the championship. There are 14 races left, maximum points available. Hamilton needs to outscore Antonelli. Now add back the points Ferrari have already dropped. The VSC at Australia was worth at minimum 5 to 7 points against Mercedes. Monaco was 10 to 12 points if Leclerc finishes second instead of crashing. Austria was 4 to 6 points if the three-stop worked as Hamilton believed it would. Silverstone was 3 points, clean and simple. That is somewhere between 22 and 28 points left on the table in 9 races. If you take the middle of that range, a manageable gap a strong run of 4 races could close, chasing a mountain that Ferrari's own strategy department helped build. The car is not the problem. Hamilton took sprint pole at Silverstone, a power circuit where Ferrari were not supposed to be competitive. The chassis is elite. The driver is in the form of his life. His own rivals are saying off the record that the new regulations suit him perfectly. The thing standing between Lewis Hamilton and a genuine title fight is the decisions being made by the people on the pit wall, and those people keep making the same category of mistake. Safety car appears. Ferrari panic. Hamilton loses points. Vasseur speaks calmly. Repeat. Ferrari owe Lewis Hamilton an apology, not a press conference answer, not a gamble explanation, an actual direct acknowledgement that they have cost their championship contender points he cannot afford to lose at this stage of the season. My verdict, the Silverstone blunder is the one that will be most talked about, because it happened on Hamilton's home circuit, on a day when Leclerc won and Ferrari celebrated. But the Silverstone blunder did not happen in isolation. It happened as the 5th entry in a pattern that has been running since March. Ferrari are a team with an elite car, an elite driver, and a strategic operation that keeps failing at exactly the moment when composure and clarity matter most. If that does not change before the summer break, the title is not over, but it becomes a championship Hamilton has to win despite his team, not with them. And no driver in history has ever done that sustainably, no matter how good they are. Here is your debate. Of the 5 blunders I just listed, which one cost Hamilton the most? Pick your race, give me the exact points calculation, and tell me whether you think Ferrari will fix this before Spa. Comments are below. Subscribe, because next week, when the Belgian Grand Prix hits, we are going to track whether Ferrari finally make the right call or add a 6th entry to this list.